Said man's not hot.
Said tea's not hot. Tea's not hot.
Welcome to One for the Weekend podcast, brought to you by FanLeague. Today, I'm with Loz.
Hello.
Good. James is not here, he's getting married. And
Isn't it lovely?
What, he's getting married? Of course
Yeah.
it is. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a lovely, lovely thing.
Rainbow laces on his wedding day as well.
Loz,
Good to have you.
you'll probably know Loz from the great work that he does on Front Three.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely there.
Yeah. And also a True Geordie. And what isn't known is that while it's believed by lots that you and True Geordie are best friends,
Yeah.
I'm actually your best friend.
That's actually true, which it really irks Brian.
Really?
It really angers him when I do refer to my real best friend, as I call you.
Yeah.
I say, my real best friend, and he goes, Flav, and I go, yeah. And he goes, why are you his best mate? And I say, I needed to pick someone who I felt sorry for more than you, Brian.
Wow.
And he says, that's fine, I understand.
That you don't feel sorry for me, do you?
Yeah, he says, why do you two try and match your hair and beards?
I quite like your beard.
I've tried to grow it out, I'm going to shave it because it looks
No, it looks good.
too much like yours.
No, it looks great.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I love this podcast, by the way, and I love this microphone, so this is actually a real pleasure.
One for the Weekend is brought to you by FanLeague.
I love FanLeague. It's actually such a great app. If
It
you
is.
don't already have it, genuinely,
Yeah.
it is a really good app.
You can download it by clicking on the link in the description below. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
No,
but
you didn't.
you can also, you just go to the App Store, type in FanLeague, and it's there. That's what I did.
As easy.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you-
It is a good app. It's essentially a way of proving who knows football best by predicting one of 13 results. And
Yeah.
if you do, you win actual real money.
We're actually quite good on this on the front three.
Are you?
Yeah.
I bet you are, because Front Three is a very kind of the knowledgeable podcast. I wouldn't.
I think so.
I don't think I would.
You do well. You always say that. We got 8. I think we got 9, maybe of 13 results in the first week, which isn't bad.
No, that isn't bad. But James this week
Yeah.
got 11.
11.
11. He's in the money.
Amazing. An amateur will often upstage a professional, so that is that. I would expect that, if I'm honest.
So also remember we've set up the One for the Weekend league. Only 100 people can
Join,
get involved.
so
There's
act quickly.
There's still time.
Yeah.
There's a chat room in the league, so have a chat with us each weekend when the games are going on.
We'll be in it.
Lots of banter to be had.
Prizes and kudos.
I'm going to say now, and I'll probably get in trouble with this, but we're going to give £100.
You're joking.
I'm just going to say it. We're
Okay.
going to give £100 to whoever wins the league.
That would be.
Can we do that?
Yeah, no, genuinely you can. Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Whoever wins, I'm not paying for it out of my money. Ball Street have got to do it, or someone. FanLeague.
Yeah. FanLeague, they're making so much money out of this. Isn't it?
FanLeague. Maybe someone will give you £100 if you win this league.
Matt Wilson, he's made of money.
Hopefully we win.
Links in the description below, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can go click that now. And if you're listening, go to the App Store and download FanLeague, all one word.
Once you've done it, good work.
That means.
Well,
Oh right, because it's all one word.
Yeah,
right.
FanLeague is all one word.
Even though you put the fucking shirt in the middle.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're coming back
Why is it number 13?
because there's 13 results.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Karl-Heinz Riedler. Who else is good 13?
The weekends. What's that?
Who else is good?
Other good 13s. Ian Walker.
What
good.
was Klinsmann?
14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking
Immortalised.
of him as like 13.
So in terms of the shirts at Liverpool, what's the most famous shirt? It's number 7, isn't it?
Number 7, number 9 is massive, obviously,
Go
because Robbie Fowler, Ian Rush. Suarez was 7.
Right.
Yeah. You've got Torres, obviously. Number 8 is pretty famous because you've got, I think, did Molby? No, Molby played 14. There's number 8 for Gerrard, obviously, he's massive. Schmitzer played number 7.
You just had good players essentially.
That often makes a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it completely does.
I love that in the NBA they retire to the rafters the players' shirts, and you can always see those shirts. I think it should be the same.
What Liverpool players deserve to have the shirt retired?
It's a tricky question.
Yeah, as any. Dalglish probably.
Dalglish,
Yeah.
but then you can't have number 7, and that's a big off-putting thing.
Where are you at with Suarez, given the fact that he was
hard.
incredible, but had some sort of dubious behaviour?
Obviously, I think he'd be amazing in this current Liverpool team because you think he's intense, he's great at winning the ball back. He'd probably really enjoy playing in a Klopp system.
Yeah.
And I also think the same for Sterling, but I also think they're better off where they are. What Liverpool don't have is that Suarez killer instinct that he had. That's the problem.
You've got Newcastle at the weekend.
Great.
It's not a bad time to play them.
It's not a great time to play them either. I think there's never a good time to play Newcastle.
Well, I just think I think that there's absolutely no way that you will not score against Newcastle. I think that...
Why? Because Benitez is exceptional at setting up a team, sitting back and just waiting.
Well, because Liverpool's front line is potent.
That's true, but...
I think that perhaps the worst way is to just sit and wait for Liverpool. I mean, he needs to attack Liverpool's defence.
Spartak Moscow will disagree.
Yeah. I didn't watch the game, I didn't catch it.
I watched it all as a Liverpool fan. And it was frustrating. Liverpool should have scored many more.
Right.
And also could have conceded more. But 1-1's fine, isn't it?
What?
It's group stage, it's fine.
It is fine, and we talked about it actually, about how difficult it is to play in Russia, and how it's a long way to go. You're far away from home, out of your comfort zone. These are all
but you've been on a private jet and...
Yeah, but it's... who does well playing in Russia? No one. No. It's,
maybe Manchester United tonight?
Yeah. Who? Perhaps.
Russians, of course, notoriously play well in Russia.
How good is your front line?
9.
9 out of 10?
Yeah. It's not quite complete, because I don't think there's that killer goal instinct yet.
And where are you with Coutinho currently?
Not happy.
Really?
No.
He did essentially mock you off.
The emails that Liverpool released made it sort of definitely look much better for him, but he's not come out since and said, I feel a lot of affection for the club.
I'm
or
sorry,
sort of,
I missed that. What emails?
They basically showed that Barcelona were sort of the ones who were putting intense pressure on and sort of doing...
Why did they release that?
I just think to sort of mug Barcelona off a little bit, because I think they felt a little bit that people were writing things and Barcelona was seeding a lot of things in the press. Duncan Castle's, of course, famous today, was just making stories up, essentially. By the looks of it, allegedly.
Yeah, we've got a bit in Talking Balls this week about the need for journalists to be first rather than to be truthful or right. And what does that say? And they're only like that because we expect it. We need all the information.
I imagine most journalists now write in the same way that like YouTube videos and Jackass videos started being made a few years ago. They just sort of like, wouldn't it be funny if we sort of like, pooped over there and everyone went, whoa, what's that?
Yeah.
And then everyone reacts and you get that, and then they go, it's easier to beg for permission, beg for forgiveness and ask for permission.
I've heard that a lot.
And that's like much more of seems like a journalistic way of working now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And also, journalists don't give a shit about your clubs. Like Duncan Castles doesn't give a shit about Liverpool, but at the same time had zero insight on Liverpool. None of the stuff that he said happened with the Coutinho stuff. So... Do we then just stop listening? No.
Well, eventually, that's ultimately what you need to do. I think that the people that absorb news and essentially fund the careers of these people need to stop. But they'll do it they'll stop doing it when the audience dries up. Yeah,
but the audience it's hard to make an audience on Twitter and stuff dry up. Do you know what I mean? That's and what is an audience? Like, what counts as an audience? Like impressions of that sort. It's fucking boring. Anyway, I don't like Coutinho very much because I feel like he should have come out and said something about Liverpool, and if he has said it, I haven't seen it.
Well, the thing is with Coutinho is that it's not like Liverpool didn't make him; they did. They built him. He come from Inter Milan. He had some sort of...
That's fine, but the argument against that is he may have come to fruition anyway at any club. So believing that it's only your club that Coutinho would have come to fruition at is sort of maybe wearing rose-tinted spectacles. And the argument as well is that so we didn't get Renato Sanchez on loan, and Swansea did.
Yeah.
And Klopp was asked, would you like him? And he said, no, I don't want to improve a player that I know then is going to go somewhere else. And it's like, sort of feels the same with Coutinho now. We watch him on this rise, and he's still a fantastic player.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of the same flaws. And we go, well, yeah, sure, great, he's improving, but he's going to go to Barcelona next season, so he's not going to add that to our team. Yeah. Really, we're all about Naby Keita now. Do you know what I mean? Because he's a hero. He's going to be number 8.
Yeah.
So...
I mean... I get that. I mean, look, I think you've done an amazing thing by keeping him.
Thanks.
I think Liverpool done a great job, and you never know what might happen. Look, with De Gea was almost in Real Madrid's hands.
Yeah,
he stayed, and now it doesn't look like he'll ever leave Man United.
I do sort of hope that Barcelona will back off and just sort of be like, we don't want him anymore.
Well, it's just it's a lot of money, and he is a good player, but perhaps they'll find an equally good player or a better one for spending less, and then the deal's dead.
Or did Liverpool find someone else next summer, and then when Coutinho leaves, basically what they say is, look, you can leave, we just want Dries Mertens first, or we want whoever first, and we get those guys in. Liverpool also found them obviously on the other end of the food chain or the pecking order, so Liverpool aren't at the very top, and I think a lot of the fans think they are.
Rafa Benitez.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's my favourite manager of all time.
Is
Liverpool. He? Yeah. Obviously, in my living memory.
Yeah,
do you know, I once interviewed Roy Evans, and it was the most apologetic interview I've ever done. I told you about that.
No, go on.
I interviewed him. I did a Liverpool documentary, and I interviewed him, and I had to fill in all the gaps. And I went to Liverpool and met Jason McAteer, who hooked me up on the day when the Liverpool legends were playing, like one of those media days.
Right.
And he went, come along and you say you're Jason McAteer's friend at the doors, and they'll let you in. So I went along and I was like, I'm here for Jason McAteer. Oh, you must be Laurence. And I was like, yeah.
Oh.
And I walk in, and there's a line of people, and there's Roy Evans, there's John Barnes, there's Ian Callaghan, there's all these massive people, Jan Molby, people who are great for filling in their bit.
Yep.
And I say to him, Roy, you won so much while you were at Liverpool. And he went, yeah, but never as manager, and that's something I'll always regret. Yeah. And but I'll never apologise for it, because I was always, I feel like I won, I think he won something like 27, 28 trophies in his overall time at the club, which is incredible.
Yeah.
But he'd always caveat that with, obviously I didn't win anything, we came very close, and he looked so sad in his eyes.
But isn't there a beauty in that?
Where's the beauty in that?
That it means that much. That he's willing to forgive his own achievements because he didn't deliver on that part of his job.
Yeah, but
there's something romantic about
that. It's romantic, but it's also you as a fan or as him. You don't want to see his life go that way. I know that sounds like a lovely storyline, but there is also no redemption for him. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it's because I'm a Spurs fan that I find that beautiful? No,
because I can see what you're saying.
We never win anything, but like
you get so close. Milky Way.
Even the kind of most famous phrase connected to Tottenham, which is "we'll aim so high that even in failure we're having it an echo of glory."
That's a lovely.
It is, but it's about failure.
Yeah, I think ultimately if I set up a football club, it would be it's all empty anyway, so it doesn't matter if we win or lose.
Yeah,
like there's no meaning in the Champions League, but for some reason we give it a lot. So
I'm with you there. I'm not a big fan of the Champions League. I just understand it's a means to an end. It enables you to attract better players, which is better.
But it does. There's something about being. So when you're not in it, you're like, yeah, screw it, I don't want it. Yeah. But then when you're in it, you're like, the champions, and you're like, oh my god, it's back. You know what I mean? Every week.
Yeah.
And I do get excited for Champions League night. What I wish is the Premier League would just switch to Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, and then everyone could just be like, screw the Champions League. We're just going to go to what feels like a Champions League game between Liverpool and Burnley.
What do you think of Manchester City fans booing the anthem of the Champions League? And
credit, but it's a lovely song, so you've really ruined it.
So this is because they got fined for
yeah.
FFP for breaking the rules.
Yeah.
And then now they're booing it like children.
It's the same as, if you're the naughty kid in class and you do something wrong,
Yeah.
And then you do more stuff wrong to almost show like you don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean?
So you're doubling down.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
I get that, but they look pathetic.
Sing a better song than booing it. Sing your own song. Liverpool fans sing "You'll Never Walk Alone" during the national anthem, during the Champions League anthem.
Yeah.
If you drown it out with your own song, that's amazing. But drowning it out with booing just looks a bit bitter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does look bitter.
And almost as if you don't have a song.
Behaving silly.
Yeah.
I think they all need to grow up a little bit.
I like them.
I mean,
I love Man City now. Can I just say I love Man City now?
I like them because there's less chance that Arsenal are going to win the league.
That as well.
Because they exist.
That as well, yeah. Although even if they didn't exist, Arsenal still wouldn't win the league.
No, so I know, but there's just one team less.
Yeah. They're one more team down.
Exactly.
Because of
there's much more chance of more meltdowns at Arsenal because Manchester City are about.
Yeah,
so
but
for that I'm grateful.
That revenue stream can't last forever, though. Do you know what I mean?
Why not?
Because one day Arsenal are going to do something good, and then what happens?
Well, I become sad. What are you getting at?
Probably.
Yeah.
Would you be?
I hate Arsenal, but I know any Arsenal fans, I respect you and all that.
The thing is, I really love Arsenal, and
why?
I really like Arsenal as the club. But I've been to a few of their games, and I've got to admit, I like some of their fans. I've just had really bad experiences with some of their fans as well. I once went to a Fulham game away, and they were 3-0 up, and they were still complaining.
Really?
And I remember being like, "That's so ungrateful." And they're I can't believe we're bringing on. Who was it? It was someone like Nabry.
Yes.
And they brought him on, and a guy lit one of those smoke flares and chucked it at the pitch, but he didn't make it, and it hit one of his own fans in the back of the head.
Really?
Yeah. And the police bowled in.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait to get him. They were like, "Yeah, we fucking got you now."
Yeah.
And do you look at him because you have to beat that out?
No.
Oh no.
To be.
You got him now, and then they got this guy, but then they also had to give stitches to the other guy. So, and I was like, you've hit one of your own there. You've achieved nothing.
It's the self-loathing, though, isn't it? That is a symbiotic.
But it's also compounding that self-loathing, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it is absolutely. So, how do you think, if you had to make a prediction for Liverpool and Newcastle at the weekend, are you going for a home win? Are you going for an away win? Or is it a draw? And if you could, using the FanLeague app, would you play a banker for Liverpool? Is it nailed on?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think it's nailed on. I think Benitez has got upset written all over him. And I love that he's got that written up. I wouldn't be upset if he won, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you like a narrative in the football match?
No, I just love Benitez.
Yeah. So you kind of...
Benitez brings amazing narrative.
He does.
He's so stoic.
He is.
Yeah. And so brave. I would say...
Would you like him to be your dad?
I'd love him to be a manager.
I'd love... My dad done a fairly good job bringing me up.
My dad does look a bit like Rafa Benitez.
Does he?
Yeah, a little bit. Not... Yeah, he does look a bit like him.
Like, if I had to have a new dad and I got to choose one, Pochettino would be my dad.
He'd be an amazing dad. I just get the feeling that Pochettino, for some reason, I see him as a stepdad.
I reckon he'd be an amazing lover as well.
He's Argentinian.
I think my stepmum would be in for a good time.
Yeah, and that's what you want as a kid.
I mean, I'm an grown man. I'm not even talking about right now.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
If you're 5, 6. How old do you want to be when he sort of adopts you?
I mean, I'm only 9 years younger than him.
Is it that... Really?
Yeah, he's like 44.
He's achieved so much more, hasn't he?
I know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Look at what he's doing. He's managing my football club. I look up to him like he's a god.
What about Nagelsmann at Hoffenheim? Do you...
I think he's good. It's sad. It's a sad thing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Someone should stop it. I don't think it should be allowed.
It's like teachers. You shouldn't be allowed to be a teacher if you're under 30.
So for those who don't know, tell us about that bloke's name that you just said.
Julian Nagelsmann. He's come through at Hoffenheim and has done, as it seems to have inspired quite the turnaround at the club. Recently played Liverpool in the Champions League and pushed them all the way.
Yeah. And he's 29.
He's 28, 29. I think he's 29 now.
Right.
Almost 30. And
Did he play?
I don't think... I don't know, actually.
Not at any level, really.
Maybe he played in the Bundesliga. I don't know.
Right.
Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
What I'm interested in, though, is how players sort of can look up to and respect him, because I think there was such a notion in management that it was always the older men sort of passing down their knowledge, you know what I mean? And it seems like, I don't know, very rarely did it seem like there was someone of their age who could inspire them as well, especially not someone who played the game, because so many of the pundits are like, well, you haven't played the game, you don't know.
It's just that, but it's a bullshit kind of narrative that supports the nonsense.
Supports the rubbish that they spout.
It conforms it maintains the status quo, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's amazing. It breaks it, obviously, if he's 29.
Incredible. I mean, if you look at what...
A Roy Evans type manager, if you will. Yeah. Roy Evans was very young, by the way, when they realised he wasn't good enough to be a player. So they said, come into the boot room and you can be there. So he was there for the majority of his life rather than a player into that.
So why did they do that for him rather than anyone else?
I think they saw that he read the game well or something like that.
Right.
It was sort of, he seemed like a good influence, sort of, kept his nose clean.
So he had value elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, sort of Jamie Carragher.
A lot of it...
Xabi Alonso is going to become a manager, by the way. That's all that I care about.
I know, you're a big fan, aren't you?
So happy.
It kind of started with Mourinho, didn't it? Where he kind of... It was actually, you don't have to have played this game, really. Wenger, he's a mediocre footballer.
Yeah.
But obviously a great manager.
And you also see that in football. Like, I see it every day when you go and do interviews, like group interviews. The people who are scared of the football players, the players don't give them the best interviews.
Yeah.
And equally the people who sort of, can I say suck them off?
Yeah.
Do that kind of. They also don't get the best interview.
Too much, isn't it?
The people who are relaxed and like have a bit of a presence of their own and almost like, I don't give a shit, you're a footballer, I don't really care, sort of vibe.
But in a respectful way.
Yeah, in a I respect you as a man, I'm asking you as a man rather than as a footballer. I think footballers should be treated as people rather than...
I think they would probably get sick of being treated like something else other than footballers, unless they're weird.
Yeah.
So I did an interview with Balassi.
Yeah.
And
he's a lovely guy.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, he's really friendly.
Much more softly spoken than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great fun, and we did the exact same thing. We wanted to be quite as relaxed as possible. We also did at the FIFA launch last week. We had a guy, one of the new presenters on Bull Street called Expressions. He talked to Wilfred.
Express yourself.
Yeah, Expressions. He did an interview with Wilfred Zaha and asked him asked him a question that he probably shouldn't have asked him, but he did it in such a way that, I mean, go and watch it.
Oh, great.
See?
Links in the description.
No. He asked him if would he cheat on his girlfriend if it meant, as a reward, he would get to play for Real Madrid or Barcelona and earn 500k a week. And Wilfried Zaha said, I would cheat on my girlfriend. And then they embraced.
Viral. Yeah.
Great fun.
We're all men together. We're just good football lads, aren't we? Ray!
Yeah.
Women aren't shit.
I mean, I guess it wasn't.
I think actually that might be one of the official lines in the FA's guidebook right now. So,
women aren't shit.
Yeah.
Chelsea and City at the weekend.
Yeah.
Both teams coming off the back
what?
of.
That's a great match.
both teams coming off the back of 4 or 5 wins.
It's a tale of two attacks on form, really, isn't it?
It really is. This first test
for who? Chelsea or City?
Both,
yeah.
because Liverpool had a man sent off. So Mane, so it was unfortunate. So it can't really. We know City are good, but then they started last year 10 games on the bounce.
Liverpool, yeah, that's a good point. They still haven't been challenged properly. But Liverpool still would have fallen apart even if Mane had stayed on. That's my belief.
Okay.
And Morata's obviously off to a tear, isn't he?
6
goals, 2 assists, and 7. No, sorry, in 5 appearances.
Good.
I misread that.
Yeah. But how they haven't been tested. Chelsea haven't been tested. I think obviously.
Not properly.
But this is a great game, isn't it? We're going into it. This is one of the tough ones to predict. I think the Premier League is going to end up in Manchester. I don't think anything can stop that. But
Chelsea will be the ones that push them.
I think so. Yeah.
Not Spurs.
Not Spurs. Not with Wembley. Unless we win every away game.
Which at the moment it looks like you're going to do.
Yeah, we've got to play Huddersfield at the weekend.
How do you quickly on Spurs? How do you then next season or the season you move back to the stadium? Is it just one season or 2?
Just one.
Right. How do you then take that idea that you can then go back home, but also have the away games as your home games? How do you take that idea back and then become the best team ever?
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know, but I hope Pochettino does.
That is weird though, isn't it?
We're now counting down. We're literally counting down the games that we have to play at Wembley.
Yeah.
Everybody hates it. Everybody fucking loathes it.
Why?
It's just horrible.
Food's more expensive.
That's part of it. Not the expense, but the actual environment that's been created at Wembley.
Yeah.
It's not football. I mean, it is football, but it's not what I've grown up to be.
Yeah.
You know, you're literally talking about like popcorn machines and.
Yeah.
Wait
until you get back to your stadium, your new stadium, mate.
I know, mate.
There's a little gallery to watch the players when you're holding your whiskey.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It is, but that's for ultra rich people, which I'm not one, so I don't have to experience that.
Good point.
It's weird. But there was a band playing. A band playing Beatles covers and Oasis songs.
Where?
And people were like in the gangway.
In the galley. And then we all had lemon and lime and we all stopped getting scurvy. That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is what football is.
Play some songs from the north.
So people were like, fuck, like they're literally going up to you got to stop. We were losing.
Yeah. All you need is love. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Why were they doing that?
Because that's what Club Wembley is. That's what Wembley is. It was like the executive part of it, the central ring of Wembley, which is kind of seen as more expensive. So yeah, it was. Wembley isn't the place to play football, and it should be the centre of what is right and traditional and understood to be good footballing experience.
Yeah.
And Wembley is one of the worst examples of it.
The problem is, it's an incredible structure, and it looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
I think it's the experience that's being created inside it, which is so much corporate stuff going on.
Yes.
You know, it's so clean.
It is.
I have a real problem with it being so clean.
And yeah, there's no real grit.
It feels more like the O2, like I'm visiting the O2.
Yeah, it's an event stadium. That's what it is, rather than a football stadium.
Yeah, and I feel like watching Spartak, Liverpool, or watching Atletico Madrid's new stadium, you think, wow, I wish we got something like that.
Do you
know what I mean? Yeah, because those seem like almost like church-like experiences.
Yeah.
Obviously, that would be an incredible experience. And if somewhere that people felt this is purely for football, that would be amazing.
Well, it would be amazing, and that isn't what we're going into at White Hart Lane either, because we have this NFL's partnership. There's only 2 games for the first season, but then they're looking to increase it, and it's obscenely profitable.
That's a big problem for you.
Yeah, well, it's a problem for the fans because we don't see that.
It is. Do you guys not get discounts on the tickets, maybe, or something like that?
Oh, what, for NFL games?
Yeah.
Oh man, I could care less.
Really?
I literally.
What if you what if you got with the Rams or someone and you you were like, that's Derby County, I suppose, isn't it? Is there a bird-based team? Yeah, the Seahawks, something like that.
The Seahawks. There you
Dolphins. Go. Dolphins are a bit like cocks, aren't they?
One of the things that I don't like about this is that we've been passed off that this single tier stand, the cop end that we got.
Cop end, jeez.
And it's gonna
getting a more original name, mate. We've already got a cop in the Premier League.
They're all cops. So you lot are lacking the originality because you just called it what the actual claim stands called.
Cop. Yeah.
Coin cop. What's spoin, by the way?
It's about the battle, isn't it?
Right.
Spoin,
No idea. Where was I? Yeah, but the only reason we're getting this cop end is to slide the NFL pitch underneath it.
No way.
Yeah, so it needs to be extra long.
Is it also that when you slide it out?
Yeah.
Does it go da 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 da? If they don't play that music when that's happening, I'll be really upset with Daniel Levy. That light's going on and off, isn't it? That's going to be annoying you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So
Chelsea Liverpool. Sorry, Chelsea Man City.
Are you surprised by Morata's form?
No, not at all.
Really? Because I wasn't sure that he was at all the real deal.
Why? He's been at Juventus.
Yeah.
He's been at Real Madrid.
And playing in teams where untold opportunities are given to him, and his record isn't that great.
I think he's always played second fiddle.
Yeah.
And he was waiting for a time to emerge. There's something so satisfyingly clean cut about him. He's clean cut to the point where you think he's a complete arsehole, and that's what I like about him. He clearly loves himself.
Yeah.
Like massively.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah. No, I think it's great.
I like that about players that are like the bollocks. I think you said this as well, Craig. They're arrogant but can back it up. There's something special about that.
But that's not arrogance, then, is it?
When
you know what you're doing, you can go, well, I know I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Know? Maybe don't rub it in people's faces, but even then, I feel like he looks humble. He's one of those guys who likes to look humble, and he isn't.
He's incredibly quick as well. I didn't realise how fast
Rapid.
he was.
Yeah. He scored. You remember the goal he scored? I think it was last weekend, where he it was almost a Gareth Bale-esque run through their defence and then went through and finished.
I didn't see
lovely finish.
He's so Alvaro is quick in his own right, but Morata absolutely burned him.
Yeah.
And I was surprised by that because you kind of see he's a big guy, good in the air. I think that unfortunately Chelsea have got a very good striker there.
He had a lot. I think 4 of his original assists were 4 of his original goal involvements were all from the head. So he'd done assists and goals with the head up until this weekend.
There you go.
Last weekend. Sorry.
Loves head. I like that. That's my rugby team.
Yes, rugby, basketball.
No, but Spurs obviously my basketball team.
Yeah, they are. They should be as well because they're amazing.
But I hate basketball. It's shit.
Right. Well, basketball is one of the few sports in the world that seems to have come together against racism. So
that's good.
That's
I'm
good.
pro that.
I suppose in a way.
But, so hang on. So basketball taking a bigger lead than NFL?
I think so.
That they have now.
Well,
is there much more kneeling?
The Warriors. It's not about the kneeling.
Okay, what is it about?
NBA. It's the kneeling is also something I massively support, but it's about just literally saying we don't agree with what's going on and very openly saying that and not leaving any ambiguity to it or making it sort of like.
Do you think there's a role in sport for politics?
I think there's a role in politics for sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can't remove the two, can you? It's like saying they are linked. Like there's no way you can't link those things.
No.
Do you know what I mean? If you're a black footballer, that's inherently political. If you're a white footballer, that's inherently if you're a black millionaire, that's inherently if you're the first Indian player to play, all of these things feel inherently political. And when we seem to pick and choose, we want to be like 1 minute, oh that's political, and that's really positive, so let's take that. Look how great we are. But then when it suddenly gets negative, we're like, no, sorry, you shouldn't mix football and politics.
Yeah, I think that when things are as bad as they are for this issue, that you have a platform and you have a responsibility to contribute an opinion, whatever way that is. I'm not saying what you should say.
I think if the platform, I don't agree about the responsibility bit for some reason. I don't know. I obviously feel like they should feel compelled, but I can also understand why certain people would not feel compelled or want to keep their head down.
I understand that people would want to keep their head down, and if that's just choice, I would respect it completely. But the reason typically would be that I don't want to damage my image rights. I don't want to lose my contract.
But
and what's incredible about Copernic, whether you agree with him or not, the fact that he's principled, the fact that he's ended up losing his job and he hasn't found another one, he sacrificed to do that, and this is the payment.
Someone said something the other day which really, I already knew which side I was on, but then someone said the other day, in 20 years' time we'll look back and it will seem so crystal clear that who was on the right side and who was on the wrong side.
Yes.
And do you want to be one of those people who was on the wrong side in 20 years' time when your kids look back and go, wait a minute, were you one of the people who was not kneeling or was booing those people?
Yeah.
And you turn around and go, yeah, I was one of those people who was booing because I agreed with the racists, you know?
Yeah.
Or they're not even racist, they're just people who maybe don't realise the effect of race has on their country.
Yeah.
I think is part of it. You don't have to be racist to not be aware of all the implications. In the same way with the Manchester United fans, I think Manchester United dealt with their situation very well, and it sounded a bit more threatening when they then started to say things like we're going to review CCTV, but they're trying to deal with it, and I can also respect the fans' right to be able to sing what they want.
Yeah, thorny issue. We'll leave it there.
I don't understand what's thorny about it. It is just sort of like, well, you know, I understand racism involved, it makes it uncomfortable, but again, we have a responsibility. So
exactly, that's what I'm saying. What people would be relieved, because everyone's favourite part of the podcast is Soldiers Lost in Battle.
Right, yeah, it's that bit.
Soldiers Lost in Battle, and you want to do it.
Bit. Well, can we do it together?
Yeah, we can do one each.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
That's Celine Dion.
Come round a bit.
Yeah. Oh, did this.
QPR. This is from James.
Oh.
QPR are playing Fulham in a West London derby at Loftus Road, and I'm missing it because I'm marrying the love of my life.
Oh, good.
That fucking bitch.
This one here?
Yeah.
Wow, this one's long.
Go for it.
This is a lovely screen. As a 13-year-old, I cried when France lost the World Cup to Italy. The weird thing is, I'm not French, but I had supported them since my first World Cup in 1998. Mainly because Somalia are never in any tournaments. But now I live in England and have done for the past 17 years, so it was hard explaining to my friends why I was crying. Yeah. When they lost to Portugal last year, little things I cry about, hashtag.
I couldn't watch Wales' Euro 2016 game versus Belgium because it was the first day of a moving into house for uni and there was no Wi-Fi, which made me miss Hal Robson-Carnew's mind-bending turn and easily the greatest footballing moment in Welsh football history.
Brilliant.
That's from Jack M.
Good old Jack. This one's from Andrew Daly, in a touching moment in football. Hashtag Soldiers Lost in Battle. I missed the FA Cup final in 2006, aka Gerrard final, because 1,600 tickets were stolen from a Royal Mail van on the way to Liverpool. The irony. The club weren't allowed to reissue them because of some duplicate rule, and I missed the iconic goal in the 90th minute. That's really sad.
Alright, one more.
Wait for it. There we go.
I missed the Norwich versus Newcastle game when Olsen scored in the 93rd minute because my now ex fucking cat was missing. As I arrived at her house, the cat returned. I dumped her 1 week later for unrelated issues.
Dump the cat?
Dan Mallon. That was unnecessary, Dan.
You dump a cat?
Yeah.
Sad moment for that cat. Hashtag cats lost in battle.
This is good. No, listen, Jackson HP said, Soldiers lost in battle. My mate missed Newcastle win the Champions League the other week because his girlfriend was hungover.
Ooh.
Truly awful.
We've all been there.
R.I.P.
Sad moments. Sad moments.
Soldiers lost in battle. More of those next week. Send in yours in the comments below or tweet us or whatever.
Soiled ears lost in battle.
Lovely jubbly. Yeah. Remember to download the FanLeague app just in case. The link is in the description below. You can earn lovely, lovely money by predicting up to 13 results.
You can win it.
Well, you win, yeah.
You don't earn it.
You're earning through knowledge. I mean, I
guess so. Yeah.
Earning to some.
It's not a job.
To some degree.
Move that for you, yeah.
We've got a big Ding Dong Palace game this weekend.
Yeah. Never say big Ding Dong
Big
Palace.
Ding Dong.
Crystal Palace might as well just get relegated.
They're down, aren't they? They're not only down. They're getting pumped.
No, they got pumped in the first week.
Aggressively pumped.
But until they got pumped,
yep,
they look good.
So where are you with this? The fact that they sacked what's his face?
They sacked De Boer.
They sacked De Boer. And they brought in Hodgson.
Yeah. The De Boer of England.
So if he continues to lose,
yeah,
surely they've got to sack him as well.
No, he's blamed
4 games.
He's foreign, isn't he? He's blaming De Boer.
It's not like they didn't know who they were buying.
James is saying, which serviettes do we need?
What?
I only need 3 more invites to the wedding.
I'm trying to log in.
Can't work out which woman to bring. Flat. The main issue with Crystal Palace is they were not committed to De Boer from the very beginning, and we all knew that. We all saw it, and even De Boer knew it, and I think the players began to know it.
Yeah.
And it meant that his brand new philosophy and idea that he came in with became a problem. And now they've just got the simplicity of Roy Hodgson.
So they came to the conclusion very quickly that this is never going to work. And doesn't it show you something about Parish, his inability to run the football club when he's run it
very well for quite a while though. So that's what sort of confuses. Well, I mean, maybe sort of run it reasonably, even keeled for quite a while.
Oh, he's kept them up,
More than that, I mean, come on. Up until the Alan Pardew management recently, I think he ran it quite well.
Mm.
They made the most of the players they had, very much so.
Yep.
They were expanding. They were actually all right to watch up until Pulis.
Mm. But he's made some rash decisions as well. Pulis sacking was a weird one.
But I think Pulis wanted to go a bit further. Allardyce was a different situation.
Yeah, I guess so. But they kind of, how many more managers are there out there for them to attract? They've kind of gone through so many. Where do they go from here?
And that's why the De Boer one looked on paper like such a good management.
Progressive.
Yeah, but then the more you got into it, the more you were like, this isn't progressive. He needs the cocoon of a massive football club to help him out, and sort of time and energy, and that's not something Crystal Palace had. So it was a poor move on their part. Really, it's not really. It's sacking De Boer is more of a failing on their side than it is on his.
Yeah.
Though people are coming to the conclusion fast that De Boer wasn't good either.
Yeah. And it doesn't help the fact that they've now, they've got such a... I mean, they look odds on to be going down. They look a mess. Which is bizarre to me, because their squad is nowhere near bad enough that they should be even worrying about it.
So they'll play these 3 games, which are sort of being called the games of death, where it's like City,
Man
United and Liverpool or Chelsea, something like that.
Yeah.
And then after that, they've got a run of games where you think if they don't pick up points there, then we can condemn them to relegation. Because... How many points? You need 39, so they need to win 13 games, really, 14 games. There's still time for them to do it, but you just think if they lose that run of games, it'll be too hard. It's starting
to look bad. And Man United, on the other hand, are absolutely flying in Mourinho's second season.
They are.
There's this... He always wins the league in his second season. He's done it at every club he's been to, which is incredible feat in itself. But,
Imagine if he didn't.
Good.
Oh. Guide.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, imagine if Pep wins it.
I'm not a big fan of Pep.
Why?
I just think he's had everything given to him on a plate, and because of that, he's considered to be some sort of incredible coach. So
do you think if they put any other coach in his position, they'd do just as well?
I'm not saying that he isn't a good manager. Right. I'm just saying that he, the Barcelona team that he took and made great was incredible in itself. Any manager worth his salt would have won the league with that team.
But he won it emphatically.
Yes. And then he went to Bayern Munich. And he said, well, let me go to Germany and just take the best team. And then I'll win the league with them.
Yeah, I think though they wanted him for a very similar reason to the reason that City wanted him, didn't they?
Which was?
Set up sort of a culture of good football, and then someone else can lead off the back of that.
Right. And now he's gone to the other biggest club with all the money. And you're like, well, hang on, why don't you just test yourself?
Where next?
Stoke, West Brom, Watford.
I'm thinking about that. I'm sort of like, well, where do you go after them? PSG?
Yes. That's 100%.
If he went to PSG, that would be amazing.
Would it? Why?
just be the ultimate hate team. No one would like them.
Yeah,
I already don't like them because Neymar and the Cavani thing.
Yeah.
If you go there, you've got your dream move. Why can't you manage your ego just a little bit?
Because he's there, he's a world record transfer fee. He's a young man.
But it's almost YouTube-esque, isn't it? The way that it's he's got everything he wants. Why can't he just be humble?
He just doesn't have it in his psyche. He's just not that kind of person.
Domino's Hackney just messaged me. They say we can dine for $9.99 on any pizza size.
Glorious.
When you buy 2 or more.
Do you want to share a pizza one day?
Yeah, it'd be lovely actually.
Yeah, should we have something to eat?
Well, you're going to come on our show at some point.
I will 100%.
You've been
Absolutely,
invited.
would love to.
What I'm saying for United, I reckon United will win against Palace by quite a long way.
Yeah, they're going to pump them absolutely.
Pump them 2-0.
If you need a banker for the FanLeague app and game,
it's on my phone.
Then Man United versus Crystal Palace is odds on. I only scored 8 out of 13 last week, which was no good, and not doing great in the Ball Street League, which you can join. Remember, I reckon £100 is coming to someone's way. Currently top is Mr. DT, Arsenal fan, which I'm not happy about.
Which shows that if you throw enough darts at a dartboard, in the end you will hit treble 20.
Well, the glorious thing about this is that actually isn't it luck over a season. This proves who knows what about football.
Does it?
Yes.
But you don't have to put the result in. You just put the win, loss or draw. You don't sort of put 6-1, 7-1.
Well, just because you're not doing too well.
I'm not on the Ball Street League.
Well, I need to invite you. Need to get involved. You can win yourself £100.
Great.
All right,
I think I can win more. You can win more, can't you?
No. I've just picked £100 out of the air.
Okay.
And now I think. Do you know what I think? I'm sick of giving prizes away. I think people just want hard cash. What do you think, Craig?
That's what FanLeague is, though, isn't it? Isn't FanLeague?
Come win hard cash for.
Are you hard for cash?
I always.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing that gets
cash,
more.
Aroused.
Remember to download the FanLeague. Link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, I love you a little bit more because I'm all about the podcasting.
Why?
What?
Why?
It's just my preferred area.
Medium.
Yeah. I do love a bit of podcasting.
You're going to say area of distribution?
Area of content distribution.
I like
it. You can go to the App Store, type in FanLeague, all one word, and you can find it there and join us then. Only 100 people are allowed in our league.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's it.
Can I do that?
Yeah.